The functional medicine landscape is changing quickly right now. And one of the biggest shifts that we're seeing is the rise of direct to consumer lab testing. And companies, including Function Health and Superpower, are marketing lab testing directly to consumers. So, what that means is patients can order panels online. Oftentimes, they receive pages of results, sometimes with AI generated interpretations, and then they either try to figure it out on their own or they show up in your office asking you to make sense of it all. So instead of you leading the clinical process, practitioners are reacting to someone else's process. And honestly, that is not a great position for us to be in. What's really interesting, though, is this trend I don't think is going away. Patients increasingly want access to their data and they want convenience. They want things to move very quickly. So the real question becomes this: how do we adapt in a way that keeps the practitioner at the center of care? And that's exactly why I have been paying very close attention to Fullscript Journeys. Why, you may ask? Because Journeys flips this model. So instead of patients ordering labs somewhere else and bringing you the results, they order testing through your storefront, your portal. And when results come back, the platform drafts an interpretation and wellness plan that includes guidance around nutrition, exercise, stress management, as well as supplements. So, what ends up happening is you review it, you refine it, and you approve it before it goes to the patient. So, the provider stays in control of the clinical decision making, not the algorithm, not the patient trying to interpret their own complex lab data, and certainly not an app that has never even met the patient before. So, there's another important piece here that practitioners really should understand. And that is that this is not just a clinical tool, it's also a practice growth tool. Very important. Patients can discover your storefront, order their labs, complete their intake, and show up to their first visit with baseline data already available. And that really makes the first appointment far more productive for both of you. And it actually creates a new acquisition channel for your practice as well. I love that. And there's also a workflow benefit in that practitioners spend an enormous amount of time manually interpreting labs, writing wellness plans, sending reminder emails, trying to keep the patient and client engaged in between visits. So Journeys helps to automate so much of that back end administrative work. Patients receive reminders when it's time to retest. They stay inside a structured pathway and they receive a booking link when a deeper follow up visit is needed. So your care continues between visits without you having to manage every step manually. And what's really interesting in the early pilots of this program is patient engagement increased dramatically. And when the experience becomes simple, seamless, patients are much more likely to follow through with testing, supplements, and of course, that important follow up care. So, if you are a practitioner who has been watching direct to consumer testing grow and just kind of wondering, how is this going to fit into your practice model? This is definitely something to pay attention to. That all said, I'm really thrilled to announce that I was able to secure early access for my community before Journeys opens to all providers. So, if you want to take a look, click the link in the description or check out the link in my bio and join the waitlist. Or if you prefer, you can type the link directly into your browser. It's lesliebitel.com/journeys, and that's plural. Getting access early means you can start experimenting with this before the broader rollout and get a higher level of personalized support from the awesome Fullscript team. And I got to say, in a rapidly changing healthcare landscape, that kind of head start really does matter. So, again, join the early waitlist. Go to lesliebitel.com/journeys. And I can't wait to see you there.